I've heard leaders say that people are afraid of change, but I don't think that's true. If I suddenly gave you $100, I think you'd be really excited about that. That's a change. What you would be unhappy about was if you lost $100. That's loss. And I think people are actually not afraid of change, they're afraid of loss. And when we think about real world impact, when we think about organizations that are reshifting strategies or reorganizing or whatever the change might be, implementing new systems or strategies, what happens is that staff start to feel the impact and they start to think about loss. And that decreases motivation and engagement. And so, as leaders, we can help them understand what their impact is. It makes the change a lot less scary. At the end of the day, I think people want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to know that whatever the change is that's happening around them, that they're a part of that, that they're gaining the $100. They're not losing the $100 using that same analogy. So when I talk with leaders and clients, the thing that I share with them is the worst thing that you can do is to stop communicating in a moment of change. Because when you stop communicating, people make things up, and those things that they make up are always about negative loss, never about positive gain. So, as a leader, I think it's important to highlight how different tangible results will help recognize the progress that the team has made and reinforce for employees that their contributions really do matter. So when we think about how do we communicate those results, we can track key metrics, we can identify clear indicators of success and share those with our staff so they can see that whatever the change is, that there's a positive trajectory that's happening. We can also use data to tell a story. So we can bring these metrics to life by linking them to meaningful real world examples, which really tie whatever the change is into what's happening in employees' lives. And then the last thing is communicating frequently. I think keeping people up to date on what's happening, providing progress, and celebrating those wins, whether great or small, really does make an impact.